Well, we were founded on a former plantation in eastern North Carolina where the slave economy was sort of that was king there.
Wake Forest University's history dates back to 1832, when the Baptist State Convention of North Carolina's Committee on Education bought a 600-acre plantation from Dr. Calvin Jones in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Founded as the Wake Forest Manual Labor Institute, students were required to perform 3 hours of manual labor every day. At the time, the Board of Trustees resolved the labor of black men be at no times employed in the cultivation of the farm. That changed in 1835, when the college building was built and architect John Barry was contracted for the construction.
We started studying about that, so there was actually quite a bit of connection between Wake Forest and slavery.
The bricks were made on site, and the labor was completed by slaves belonging to Barry. 2 of them died in a fall and were buried in the Wake Forest Cemetery. Their graves bounded by a brick wall, which was later raised during the Jim Crow era.
Several of our past presidents were slaveholders, as many of our board trustees members during the antebellum period.
In 1839, Dr. Samuel Waite was named president of the college, and he had slaves in the household as early as 1830. All 4 Wake Forest presidents during that period owned slaves and hired them out to the college to do domestic chores.
The college would actually hire enslaved workers from local slave owners to do a lot of basically the housekeeping, the washing, and really maintain the school.
Some trustees, faculty, and students were also slave owners. In 1836, the estate of a planter named John Blunt was donated to Wake Forest,
which included 16 enslaved people, which were sold to benefit the college endowment.
When his wife died in 1859, those slaves were sold for a total of $10,718.
There was another earlier sale of 2 individuals, and then we started looking at the census records and particularly slave census records.
As research continued, the Wake Forest's Slavery, Race, and Memory Project discovered more than 60 enslaved individuals associated with the college. Their names, Alec, Harry, Charlotte, to name a few. While Wake Forest never owned the slaves forced to work on campus, it always relied on hired ones.
Going forward, we do want to recognize that these people, through no choice of their own really helped build the college.
In 1946, the Z. Smith Reynolds Foundation offered Wake Forest College $330,000 annually in perpetuity to move to Winston-Salem. 4 years later, President Harry S. Truman broke ground for the new Renolda Campus Library, and in 1956, Wake Forest College moved from Wake Forest to its new home.
So we should not just think that it's a Southern issue, it's a Northern issue, it's an American issue, and it's an issue that goes to the very foundations of the nation.
It wouldn't be for another 60 years that the now university started looking into its relationship with slavery. The Slavery, Race, and Memory Project was formed last year.
So it's vitally important for universities to do this in a holistic manner and to do it in an unflinching manner.
And during this year's Founders Day convocation, President Nathan O. Hatch issued an apology, saying in part, quote, "It is important and overdue that on behalf of Wake Forest University, I unequivocally apologize for participating in and benefiting from the institution of slavery."
For some, this apology comes too late. For others, it seems unnecessary. It is necessary.
That apology, in its entirety, included among essays put together by the project, literature its members say will live on.
We're not a task force that's set up with a sunset date. We're going to continue working until we have this right.